Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp in Philly. Today is November 12th, 2021. All right, and what's on Esau's mind? What's on the devil's mind? Make things digital and advancement in the chip technology. Esau wants to cover all the bases. He wants to put that mark in you. All right. It says, Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." All right. So Esau, the Edomites, rather be, got the Roman Empire back then, and you had the Edomite Europeans that took Israelites from West Africa and Spain, different parts of Europe, and put them in slavery and brought them over here to the New World. The Northern Kingdom, they were already enslaved right before the Southern Kingdom got here. All right. So the wrath that Esau is going to put on Israel and the population of the world is because he wants to bring in that new world order. All right. He's power hungry. He has to rule. He has to have control of everything. All right. So I have this article here. MIT News. This is right when the Chinese V happened, as that ex-president used to say, around December 2019. That's when all this craziness started to happen. And I'm gonna show you this tool I just found out. Oh, really? Yeah, you're working. All right. This tool is this highlighter tool. You can redact or white out certain things. Like if you're trying to do an article or whatever, and you don't want to display certain words. Like if you can see here, see this white it out and red. So basically, on a desktop PC, you can just push Control F, and you can find words that you don't want to be displayed on your video, and they'll highlight in different colors or yellow, and then you can go over it with the marker. So I'm gonna do that right here. So I can control the size of the spread of the marker and the color. Do white right there. I'm gonna choose this tool right here. This is how you go back to the regular pointer. You choose the pencil. I think that's really thin. This is wider, I believe. And the color's white, and you can just go over it like that. All right, so you can do whatever article you want and not have to worry about a word showing up that you don't want visible. And trash can to delete it. Now I don't think you can like control back to erase one by one. I just downloaded it literally like an hour ago, so that's how you do that. Or you can do different colors. I'll just do white because it looks more natural, but I kind of did it sloppily first time around. Say like that. All right, you can redact whatever you want. All right, and of course, I gotta go back to normal. Trash. All right, yeah, a little glitchy. Acting a little glitchy. All right. So get on with this article. All right. It says storing medical information below the skin surface. So this is what's on Esau's mind. Specialized. This is right when the the Chinese outbreak happened. It says specialized invisible dye delivered along with, and there have been many outbreaks in China. That's why they always wear those masks. Invisible dye, along with the V on patients, storage of V lives in regions where paper or digital records aren't available. So it don't matter if you don't got no electricity. Esau still wants to inject you with drugs and put chips in you. All right. It says every year, lack of V's contribute to about 1.5 preventable deaths. All right, that's what they say. All right, an invisible record. Several years ago, the MIT team set out to advise a method of recording V information in a way that doesn't require a centralized database. So Esau, he's trying to cover all the bases to get you them drugs. All right. So information requires multiple doses spread out over certain intervals. Without accurate records, children may not receive all of their doses. So they're coming after your children. They want your children. And they always use that as a way. It's glitching, so I can't put the pointer back on that page. All right, as a way to manipulate you into complying with taking drugs. All right, and so you can create an on-patient decentralized medical record database, medical record. The research developed a new type of copper-based quantum dots, which emit light in the rear infrared spectrum. The dots are only about 4 nanometers in diameter, but they are encapsulated in biocompatible microparticles that form spheres about 20 microns in diameter. So you get the point. All right. This is the device to store your medical records in the form of a chip and dye. All right. I guess to authenticate that you took the drugs. All right. Let's see. Microneedles used in the study are made from a mixture of dissolvable sugar and polymer called PVA, as well as quantum dot dye. All right. When V's is applied to the skin, the microneedles, which are 1.5 millimeters long, partially dissolve, releasing their payload within 2 minutes. All right, so you get the drug within 2 minutes. All right, these are called microneedles. All right, and you want to store your medical information along with that dye. All right. Now let's listen to this clip from Star Trek DS9, Season 7, Episode 16, Inter Arma Enum Salient Legis, which means in a time of war, the law is silent. All right, I don't need to break that down. In the time of war, the law is silent. Inter Arma Enum Salient Legis. So listen up. Mute the mic.
The biogenic weapon known as the Quickening.
That's...
Dr. Julian Bashir.
Yes.
I understand you were the officer who first identified the biogenic weapon known as the Quickening.
That's right. On Baranis 3 in the Gamma Quadrant. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Koval.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Why?
Hey, you've got me there. It's just a simple form of expression, I suppose.
Quickening virus be replicated?
We've had...
Devoid of meaning. Can the Dominion's Quickening virus be replicated?
We've had a little difficulty in recreating the exact RNA sequence of the virus, which is why we've been unable to develop a vaccine. However, there are alternate methods of making vaccines.
I'm not interested in the vaccine. I'm interested in the virus. Do you know how to introduce the quickening into a population?
Basically.
Good. I look forward to hearing your lecture. Expressions completely devoid of meaning. Can the Dominion's quickening virus be replicated?
We've had a little difficulty in recreating the exact RNA sequence of the virus, which is why we've been unable to develop a vaccine. However, there are alternate methods of making vaccines.
I'm not interested in the vaccine. I'm interested in the virus. Do you know how to introduce the quickening into a population?
Basically.
Good. I look forward to hearing your lecture.
All right, that's what's on Esau's mind. All right, take from that what you need. That's Deep Space Nine, Season 7, Episode 16, I believe, Inter Arma Enum Salient Legis. All right. In time of war, the law falls silent, or the law is silent. All right. So, point is, you have certain drugs that can be weaponized. All right. And that's what Romulan wanted to do in that TV show. It says, these 10 medical breakthroughs will change the world. I'm only concerned about one. It's frozen again. Yeah. Let's go down to 10. I didn't redact anything on this one. So let's go to 10. Precision medicine. Or physiological process. Our physiological processes are unique. And in 10 years, medicine will have begun to reflect that reality with diagnosis, treatment, and healthcare delivery tailored to each individual. All right. So Esau's so damn wicked. He wants to, or he probably has the ability to target individuals. All right. Or certain groups. All right. In the U.S. or anywhere. But research. So you get the point. All right. Healthcare delivery tailored to each individual. All right. So this is Satan who we're dealing with. All right. He is not conducive to life and living. He's to reduction of population and death through chips, microchips, and that Satan semen delivery, and their various technology to deliver that semen to you. Satan semen. This is Psalm 64. And 6, it says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and their heart is deep, meaning mysterious. Let me look that up. All right, they search out iniquities. So it's all about categorizing you and putting identifiable marks in you. All right. This is everything's going digital. Digital pathology market. Size and share to grow 12% from 2021 to 2028, driven by scanners, software, and storage. I'll just read it. Didn't redact anything on here. It says, according to our latest research study on digital pathology market forecast 2028, The impact of global analysts by products, applications, and users. The report highlights the market trends, drivers, and deterrents, the technological advancements, and digital pathology systems growing preferences for telepathology in remote areas. So basically, they're just taking images of diseases and they're sharing them so they can, by seeing the actual image, they can tell exactly what it is by looking at it by image. All right, that's it on that. So everything's going digital. The implant technology is growing. All right, that's what's on Esau's mind. He wants to put those devices in you. He wants to make your medical records digital. All right, this is one wants to make every record digital. And most pretty much already are, but they would have to create, a database and identifying marks where they can identify everybody, and they're doing that through microchips. It's Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast. All right. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. We're talking about images already, right? Which image is an idol, the semblance or the likeness of a thing, like icon, the figure or likeness of something. All right. So what's the beast? The beast is the Roman Empire, which is the old European powers in America. All right, America's the rebirth of the Roman Empire. All right, it says in one in whom the likeness of anyone is seen, the likeness of it. So it's the likeness of the old world. The European powers, their laws. It says the image or figure or likeness. All right. So it's referring to what their laws, their government. All right. So you have to be in line with that image, with the laws, and be in compliance with their rules, regulations. And it's going to come a point where if you are not worshiping that image, or complying, submitting to. So worship means you submit. It says, and calls that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. I'm going to look up worship. Worship. That proskuneo. Let's say to kiss the hand, to reverence, respect to someone. So if you got respect into the new system, right, whether it be the drugs, the microchips that may come from drugs, or the microchips that will come, because the drugs is the catalyst. All right. Let's see. Used of homage shown to men being of superior rank, special honor, respect shown publicly. So worshiping, you would what? Show respect publicly by what? Following the law. The law is based upon how it's enforced, the severity of it. Prostrate ones to homage. Prostrate, worship, laying stretched out on the ground with one's face downward. I mean, you submit to the image. All right, and the image is what? Laws, rules, mandates. All right, you submit. All right, to the image, and eventually, that image is going to come with that implant chip. All right. says, calls as many as would not worship the image. All right. As you can sum it up as, the system, Esau's system. All right. That's composed of everything I just previously said. Esau's system, worshiping, prostrating yourself, paying respect and honor to. And that's why people go out and took the drug. All right. Because they are worshiping. They say, hey, just take it, get a job. Just take it, man. Improve your situation. All right. Showing respect, honor, bowing down, submitting to what? The image. All right. Now, it's not required as of yet because it's still gradually the law for what the image is composed of is slowly graduating to the point where that chip is going to be mandatory. All right, but it hasn't gotten there yet where it's mandatory for the implant chip. All right, but right now you can see everything that's going on now is a catalyst to their worship. They're already worshiping the image. All right, it hadn't gotten to the implant yet. All right. All right. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. All right. So when they took the drugs, and a lot of them been taking drugs, they're already worshiping the system. All right. But the implant has not come yet, where it's mandatory. That hasn't happened yet. But the implant is already being used freely of your own free will. All right. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So we're going to go back to the MIT paper. All right. And then we'll close it out. It says, charagma, a stamp or an imprinted mark. Bear with me. Make sure we're still recording good. All right. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist, Antichristo, as a badge of servitude, what to prostrate yourself, worship the system, the laws, regulations, mandates, a thing carved, meaning going beneath the surface of the skin. This is what's on Esau's mind. He wants to stick you with those chips. All right. I mean, you go into the word, a charax, a stake, a pale. No, that's the color, not that pale. It says a strong wooden metal post with a point at one end driven into the ground to support the tree. All right, so it's driven into the ground. A fence wooden stakes or iron railings fixed to the ground. A stake. The pointed end. All right. A palisade, a rampart. So a trench. A ditch. So it's going into your skin. All right. Charax, charagma. So he calls all these, the world to receive it, except for the elect. All right. The elect are not going to receive the implant mark. All right. Digital pathology, so medical records being, diseases being high-res images being stored and put into a database, and storing medical information below the skin surface. Patient storage of the lives region where paper digital records aren't available. It says MIT researchers have now developed a novel way to record patients' storing the data in a pattern of dot invisible to the naked eye that is delivered under the skin, the same as the V. In areas where paper V's are lost or do not exist and electronic databases are unheard of, this technology could enable rapid and anonymous detection All right, so basically, it's like a cold storage. It's just contained within your body, that mark. All right. And that dye will be in there. All right. All right, so either way, this is the technology. All right, now Esau wants to stick you with. All right. So I'll end the lesson there. I made my point. I went for 25 minutes. All right. So hope you were edified. To the next lesson, Shalom.